She realized it just wasn't gonna work.
One day I found him drunk in the bathtub, naked.
That is a lie.
Shh.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but I find it very difficult listening to lies.
Well, you have to stand there, sir, until it's your turn.
Party's on Charnovsky versus Arendt. Step forward, please.
Social worker Tessa Charnovsky is suing former roommate Dale Arnott for not paying rent and verbally abusing her son. Dale is countersuing for wrongful eviction.
Order, all rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. Judge, this is number 13 on the calendar, the matter of Charnovsky versus Arendt. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, sir. Have a seat.
Ms. Charnovsky, you rented a room to the defendant in your home. Is that an apartment or a house?
Apartment.
And you live there with a child?
Half-time.
How old is your child?
4 years old.
Boy or a girl?
He's a boy.
And according to your complaint, the defendant owes you $300 in rent, and you're suing him for $5,000.
Right.
Order.
You have a counterclaim because you say she damaged some of your property when she illegally evicted you.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you want her to pay you back for all the money that you did, in fact, pay her for rent.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so how much was he supposed to pay you each month?
$450 plus deposit.
And what happened that caused you to evict him?
Dale had agreed to many terms prior to entering the apartment, none of which he followed through upon. He agreed to pay half the rent, half the utilities, his share of the phone bill, to pay a deposit to treat my child with respect and to keep the house clean. And he did not comply with those requirements. And also, throughout his living in the apartment, he displayed behavior which was very scary to me. And after I asked him to leave, he began to threaten me.
And you asked him to leave. How long had he lived there before you asked him to leave?
It was about a month and a half.
So how much rent was owing at that time?
He owes me for 21 days in the month of March, which is a total of $305.
Okay, and what happened when he was evicted in March?
Dale had agreed to leave within 60 days after my initial conversation with him to leave. When I asked him to sign a document stating that he would leave at that time, he flew into a rage and began to threaten me. Dale refused to leave at the time that he said he was going to leave. And then we made a new plan saying that he would leave on the 15th of March. On the 14th, I said, "Are you leaving tomorrow?" He said, "I'm not leaving tomorrow. Now leave me alone." And he scared me to death, Your Honor, and I
So what did you do?
3 times during Dale's stay in the house, I called the police, scared for my life, scared for my...
No. Mr. Janowski. So you took his things and you put him outside?
At that time, absolutely. I did. I felt afraid for my life.
Okay. And you came home and found all your stuff outside?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I ask you a question, Mr. Arnott? How come you didn't pay March's rent if this happened on the 14th of March?
Your Honor, we had, when agreed for the 60 days notice, the first night that the police had come up, I had later found an arrangement in which I could probably move out on the 14th, 15th of March, 15 days later. I approached her, I said, if I could move out within 15 days to alleviate the stressful situation, I said, would you be willing to absorb the half a month's rent that I would normally pay in order for me to move out quickly and alleviate the situation? Mm-hmm. She said, absolutely not. She said that was unacceptable. So I said, fine, we will go back to our 60 days notice. I went back into my room.
Okay, but you were living there at that point, March 1st through the 14th, rent-free?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes.
Okay. Now tell me why $5,000. I have $305. Where do you get $5,000 from?
So I said Dale did not pay any of his bills.
What bills? Phone bills? What else?
Phone, Department of Water and Power, gas company, cost of cleaning because he never cleaned.
Strike the cost of cleaning.
One day I found him drunk in the bathtub, naked, and there was vomit throughout.
That's a lie.
In the bathroom, it was covered with vomit, and he had broken a candle holder of mine that cost $50. So the total, if you would like to see it, Your Honor, is $575.
I still don't get to $5,000, madam.
When I asked Dale to leave, he would fly into rages, Your Honor, and he shouted at me numerous times with his finger in my face, "Things are going to get really nasty around here."
I mean,
that is a lie.
Are you telling me? Shh.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but I find it very difficult listening to lies.
Well, you have to stand there, sir, until it's your turn.
Okay.
That's why I would break into tears.
Just listen to me. What you're telling me is you want $4,500 for your emotional stress. For your emotional stress, for your child's emotional stress. Is that what you're telling me?
Absolutely.
Wrong. It'd be ridiculous, madam. If everything worked out fine, then you would not have a problem. Then he would still be your tenant. Things weren't working out. You should have looked into his background a little more carefully, investigated a little more carefully if you have a child before you take a stranger into your house. You didn't. It didn't work out. Now, you violated the law by putting his things out on the street. And the police, I'm sure, told you that you had no legal right to do that. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So, you're going to have to absorb, because you did the wrong thing, certain things, including your emotional stress. Now, you certainly were living there March 1st to March, let's say March 15th. That's a half a month's rent, right?
Yes.
You owe her for that?
Yes.
Sure, you do. So you owe her $225 for half a month's rent. Now, you're suing her for, everybody's got these big numbers, a lot of zeros, $2,500.
That's an overestimation. I didn't have an exact measure at the time.
Let me hear, sir, what things of yours were destroyed.
Well, actually, I brought a couple of the items. A lot of them are irreplaceable, things that I can't estimate value. So,
Like, give me an example.
I have a figurine from Walt Disney that's about 40 years old that was given to my grandmother, and it's broken in half. I have numerous CDs that were placed in a bag that had sand in them, and they were just placed in there by themselves without the case. They're just scratched, and I can't play them anymore. I have a lamp that was a gift, and it was flattened.
I'm the part-time manager of the building, Your Honor, and I watched as everything was brought downstairs, and as the manager, I can tell you, nothing was broken. Not one thing.
How do you,
as a matter of fact...
Just a second. Tell me, where were you when the things were brought downstairs?
Here are the stairs, here's me.
Okay. And were they brought down as individual things, or were they in a bag?
Some individual and some in a bag, and I looked through everything as they were bringing it down to make sure that nothing was broken, and she had asked me to do that, and I was happy to comply with that request.
So you looked through every single thing that
single thing
that was brought down, and you saw absolutely nothing broken?
Absolutely nothing broken.
29-year-old Tessa Charnovsky says 23-year-old former roommate Dale Arnott did not pay rent, broke her furnishings, and berated her son.
Well, let me ask you this question, sir. When the things were put outside, they were left outside overnight?
Yes.
Did you watch them all night?
My apartment building overlooks them, so yes.
Are you telling me you stayed up all night to watch these things? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm a writer, so I have different hours, so I sleep during the day sometimes. But my car is also parked back there, so I do keep an eye on the building. As the manager, it's my responsibility. And because his things were out there, and I did know Dale, I did take it upon myself to make sure that nobody came and stole things. So the answer to your question is yes.
So you're telling me that you watched these bags, whatever they were, plastic shopping bags,
Unless I have to
all
go
night.
tinkle, then I went to the bathroom.
Listen to me. The two of you have a problem. And your problem is that you don't know how to put a period to the end of this rather unfortunate tenancy. He owes you $225 in rent. Your emotional distress you're going to have to learn to live with. You, however, did the absolute wrong thing and put his things out of the house and left them outside, unattended, overnight. Absolutely the wrong thing.
May I make a statement, please?
Sure.
Your Honor, he told me that if I went through the eviction process, that he would stay for 60 days.
Which is his legal right.
I said 6 months.
Just listen to me, Ms. Charnovsky.
Fine, 6 months.
That's his legal right.
And Your Honor, and then he was threatening me with my child present. Whether
Ms.
it sounds
Charnovsky,
funny
stop
or
being
not,
so dramatic, madam.
it scared me to death.
Well, what I'm telling you is if it scared you to death, you have to pay for it. You did something that was illegal. You cannot take his things and just put them out of the house. You can't do that. But clearly, he's out of your house now. He's out of your life now. I assume you're going to be smarter when you rent to somebody else. But you have to understand that you can't just say to somebody, you're going to leave when I tell you. Because once he moves into a place, he has certain rights as a tenant. And I can understand you being fearful for yourself. I can understand you being fearful for your child. But that once he's out, I think you're nuts to come to court to sue him. Nuts. Because if you were really afraid of him, Ms. Charnovsky, and if he was out of your house, and out of your life, you would not have sued him. Because that doesn't make any sense if you were really afraid of him. So your lawsuit's dismissed, as is your counterclaim.
Thank you.
You're even.
I'm fine.
That's all.
These are excused. You may step out. Out the back door to your right, please.
At first, everything was fine, and then over a short period of time, she became not the person I originally had planned on her being.
This is a man who is evil, is a pathological liar, is destructive, does not follow through on any responsibilities, and he wins. It's absolutely outrageous.
I'm just going on with my life. I'm really over all this, and I never wanted to come in the first place.
And now the next case.
Parties on Jackson versus Hambrick. Step forward, please.
Dina Jackson, with her twin sister Dawn as a witness, is suing her ex-boyfriend Joey Hambrick for using her credit card. His witness is his twin brother, Danny.
Who's the plaintiff?
I am.
Who are you?
I'm her sister.
Sit down. Who are you?
I'm his brother. He's my witness. I'm Joey.
Sit down. Because I don't know if we need witnesses. Miss Jackson, this is your former boyfriend. You say he owes you $5,000.
Yes.
For a series of loans that you made to him, start at the beginning
He charged on my credit card from July to September. And I
of
gave him,
1997.
yes. And I gave him a cash loan in October.
And how much did he charge on your credit card?
$1,531.
And did you give him permission to charge that on your credit card?
Yes, he had promised to pay me for it.
Well, tell me about it.
Okay, we would go shopping, and he would ask me if he could use my credit card to buy an item, and I would say okay. And in the past, he'd always done it and paid me back.
Why didn't you use your own credit card?
I don't have a credit card.
Okay, so the drill was you would use her credit card, and in the past, you paid her back.
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes she, I mean, we had we had a relationship, you know. I mean, I bought stuff for her, she bought stuff for me. I'd take her out to dinner, too. I mean, we'd go out to nice restaurants, I'd pay for that. I mean...
That's different. All right, let me see the bills. Now, then you say there was a large loan that you made to him to have his car fixed.
Yes.
Let's get this. What's Silver Island?
It's a jewelry store where he bought, I think, a bracelet.
For $19?
Yeah, it's not a very nice bracelet.
Who did he buy the bracelet for?
Himself.
For $19?
Yeah.
IKEA, $529. What was that for?
I bought some furniture for my room.
That you still have?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, you have to pay for that. Why should she pay for your furniture?
Well, I mean, she took me shopping. I mean, it was just part of it.
cash.
And she had credit. So it was like...
Just a second.
It was a mutual thing. Yes.
You see my mouth moving? Were you there?
Yes, I was there a couple times.
You were there?
On a couple occasions, I was.
My sister was there also on a few occasions.
Just a second. Step up here. You related to him?
Yes, I'm his twin brother.
Okay. Tell me the occasions when you were there when she bought him things on her credit card.
Well, we'd be, say, just on any occasion. We were all four of us actually together.
Specific.
Okay, for the jewelry, okay?
The $19 bracelet.
The $19 bracelet. She bought that for him. She saw, oh yeah, this is cute. I like this. It looked good on you. So she bought it.
So you were there in the jewelry store
Yes,
with
I
the
was.
two of them?
Yep.
He's
Tell
lying.
me
lying.
about it. Where was it located, this jewelry store?
I can't recall. It was a while ago.
You can't recall. You can't recall where it was, but you recall the conversation.
Yep.
Sit down.
22-year-old student Dina Jackson is suing her ex-boyfriend, 19-year-old restaurant manager Joey Hambrick, for using her credit card and not paying her back.
Tell me about the car loan.
He had called me one day in the middle of October and said he had been planning on selling his car, which he was going to pay me for the credit card payments. Sorry. And he had called me and he had crashed his car pretty bad and he asked for a loan.
What did he say? Exactly.
He called and said he crashed his car. It was pretty bad. He needed to borrow some money so he could fix it in order to sell it. And I said, okay.
How much did he borrow?
$3,800.
Did you borrow $3,800 from her?
She gave it to me.
No.
Let me see where you withdrew $3,800.
I don't have a bank statement or anything from it. I gave him cash.
Well, you had to withdraw the cash from someplace, madam.
I took it out of the bank. I didn't.
Show me.
I don't have it with me. My sister was with me when I did it. I have a canceled check. He made one payment to me for the car loan for $50.
Let me see it.
It was in November. It's the only thing he ever paid me for anything.
What kind of car did you have?
Toyota Tercel,
What year?
95.
Where did you have it fixed?
I had it fixed at a place in Hemet. It was, I think, Tire Pros.
Just one second. Let me get this down. Clearly and unequivocally. You had the car fixed at what place?
Tire Pros in Hemet.
Tire Pros?
Yeah.
Getting this information down, because we can always
Sure.
do something like make a telephone call. You wouldn't mind that, sir, right?
No,
And how much did you pay to have the car repaired?
it was $3,800, somewhere around. It's $3,790 something.
And then did you
I had to
sell the
wait.
car?
No, I haven't sold it.
Well, was that your arrangement to sell the car so that you could pay her back what you owed her?
Well, partly, I mean, I was trying to sell the car because I wanted to get a new car.
Well, what about this $3,800 that she lent to you? You seem to say there was no mention of repayment.
No, I called her and I said, you know, I had a car accident. I need money. I need help. And, you know, it was either, it was up to her whether to give it to him or not, you know? I mean, she's cheated on me in the past.
I don't give a rat's behind about your social history with her, so that has absolutely nothing to do with money. So you said, I need $3,800.
Yeah, I did.
Were you still dating at the time?
Yes.
Where did you expect her to get the money from?
She's had a lot of money. She had an inheritance a while back. She obviously had a lot more than I did.
What do you do for a living?
I work at McDonald's. I'm just a manager there.
At McDonald's.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I go to school and I help out at my dad's dental office, my stepdad's dental office.
Where'd you get all this money from?
My father died a couple of years ago, and we each got $5,000.
So you gave him almost everything that your father had left you? Huh? You took out of the bank almost everything that your father had left you?
I wanted to help him at the time he needed the money, and I felt bad for him. My sister was with me when I gave him the money, and he even said, you know, I really appreciate it. I'll pay you back as soon as I sell my car. He had told me that when I gave him the money.
These two bills together add up to more than the
Yeah, about
maximum
$5,300.
allowance that this court can award to you. But you owe this money. You're going to have to work at McDonald's double time, Mr. Hembrick. Double time. You owe the money. So you got to pay it. Judgment is with the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. That's all.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Out the back.
Say you're attached to the dog?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're attached to the dog?
Absolutely.
Now that they've split and she's found someone new, they both want the dog. So Judge Judy puts Missy to the test.
Okay, Missy, come.
Come on, Missy. Missy.
Baby.
Well, now that Missy has relieved herself in my courtroom, try it again.
Parties on Snodgrass versus Levancil. Step forward, please.
28-year-old student Jerry Snodgrass wants his former girlfriend, registered nurse Laura Levancil Vasquez, to return his dog, Missy.
Order. All rise. Your Honor, this is case number 5 on the calendar in the matter of Snodgrass versus Levancil. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, ma'am, sir.
When the two of you were living together, according to these papers, you purchased this dog.
We were never living together, Your Honor. The dog lived at my house with me and my roommate.
And at my house, too.
You purchased this dog together. When you separated, you kept the dog.
He kept the dog initially, and I continued to see her.
And then the dog came into your custody.
Correct.
When?
9 months ago.
And you've recently married somebody else.
Correct.
And now you want the dog back.
Yes.
Okay, so tell me why you think I should give you the dog.
Well, Your Honor, the dog was a birthday gift. Half the purchase price was a birthday gift from Laura to me. We looked in the paper, found one, bought her a receipt in my name. And me and Laura split up, decided to move back home, go back to school.
You decided to move back home?
Yes, with my parents' support, go back to school, further my education. And the situation at my parents' house, I didn't want, it was not a good time for Missy to be there at that time. Laura offered to, if I ever needed a place for Missy to stay, she would care for her. So I thought about it, and I called her and asked her if the offer was still good. She assured me that it was. I stated to her over the phone and in person when I finally did bring the dog to her that this was only temporary. It could be 3 weeks, 3 months, or 3 years, but it's still my dog, and I wanted her back. And she assured me that she didn't have any problem with this agreement. I told her that, you know, if she was going to have a problem letting her go, to tell me, and I would make other arrangements. She said that this was fine.
Your Honor.
Just a minute. And?
And January, she called me, let me know that she was engaged and her fiance was living with her. So it was kind of difficult for me to come see her as often. Now that he was living there, it was a little uncomfortable at the time.
You can understand that.
Sure.
Okay.
So the remodeling that was going on at my parents' house was done. There was 5 dogs there in the beginning.
Anyway, you finally came to a point where you could have the dog.
Correct. So that's why I want her back. She'll have a great home.
Your Honor, he never called and said he wanted the dog back. He called and said he wanted to see her. She had just had surgery. He didn't want to see her. He wanted to take her. In 9 months, he has called 3 times. He has never given any money for her, never paid for her. His witness, Kenny, has called and seen the dog more than he has.
Let me ask you this question. Mr. Snodgrass.
Yes.
You say you're attached to the dog?
Yes, Your Honor, very much so.
And you're attached to the dog?
Absolutely.
If the 2 of you stood over there, and this young lady, who are you?
Shireen, her friend.
And your friend stood over there with the dog and let the dog go, and both of you called her, would you both be satisfied with whoever the dog went to, that's who took her home?
No, she would run to anybody.
Just a second. No, talking to 2 of you. If you really love this dog, both of you, it would seem to me that if one stood there and one stood there and you both called Missy, is that the name of the dog?
Correct.
Wherever Missy went to, it would seem to me that that's the home that the dog should go to.
Say that he trained her.
You willing to do that?
He trained her.
I'm not. She hasn't seen him in many months, so she's excited to see him. I'm not disputing that she's not happy to see him.
Well, if what you're saying is, madam, that the dog remembers him, knows him, would be just as comfortable in his house as in your house. And I do believe that when he left the dog with you, he left the dog with you with the understanding that this was not a permanent arrangement.
Your Honor, the dog has always been in my home. It has never been at his parents' home. This dog despises other dogs.
I'm not telling you. Listen, no, just a minute. The dog lived with him for a year.
Didn't live in the house he's in now. Didn't
Doesn't
live
make
with
any
other
difference.
animals.
We're talking about him. Did live with him without you for a year.
No. The dog was always with the 2 of us. I stayed at his house many, many nights. The dog stayed with me usually 2, 3 nights a week.
So if what you're telling me is that you've had the dog now for 9 months, why would you have a fear of the dog making the decision to where the dog would be comfortable? Because certainly hasn't been with him for 9 months.
But the dog knows him. Dogs don't forget. He trained the dog. He trained her. She's going to go to him probably. But you could stand, I mean, she goes to a lot of people. It doesn't prove that he's the better home for her. He has never taken care of this dog in the manner that a dog should be taken care of.
Listen to me. It's not a question of whether his home is a better home than your home. I'm not doing a home study of both of your homes like we would do if we placed a foster child. What I'm saying to you is, on the face of this complaint, seems to me there was an agreement that you had with him when he brought the dog over to you that this was a temporary arrangement and that this was his dog. When he gave you the dog, he said to you, I can't take it now, but I will be back for it. That's almost an acknowledgement.
I did not acknowledge that. That is nothing that happened. That is what he is saying.
Well,
he called me and asked me if I could take the dog permanently because he was moving to a home that was not adequate for the dog. She had always been in my home. She's been raised with my German Shepherd. She doesn't get along with other dogs. He has other dogs at his parents' home. He's never there in 9 months. He lives 6 blocks from me, Your Honor. He is
Never.
6 blocks.
So then
He's not
why
come
would
to
you
see
be
the dog.
concerned? Madam, then
Because
why
it's
would
an
you be-
animal. You can't, she doesn't know what's going on. If you could explain to this animal who you go to is who you're going to live with, okay, then it would be fair. You can't explain that to an animal.
I would like to try it anyway. Maybe you're wrong.
I know, he trained her. I
maybe
don't
you're
think
wrong.
that's adequate.
Jerry Snodgrass wants his ex-girlfriend, Laura Levancil Vasquez, to return his dog, a Jack Russell Terrier. She says the dog, Missy, has grown attached to her.
You pick which spot you're more comfortable with.
It doesn't matter.
Well, you pick it.
And he's going to what spot?
Whichever one you don't pick. You're
Well,
going
what
to
are
be
the
standing
two
next
spots?
to each other. One
Oh,
there and one
okay.
there. You pick which one you're more comfortable with. Okay? Sir? Missy.
Okay, Missy, come.
Come on, Missy.
Come
Missy,
here, baby.
come on. Train the dog.
Come here.
Missy, come here. Come up, Missy.
Come here, baby.
See,
Put a perfect stranger here. She'd come to him if they called. She'll
You
go
think
to
so?
Kenny.
You
Yes, I
think so?
do.
Okay. Kenny. You're Kenny?
Yeah.
Kenny,
Just a second. Come here. Get the dog. You sit down with where Kenny is.
Laura, you stand on this side and have Kenny stand
Right.
on that side.
Okay.
come on, Miss. Come on.
Missy, come.
Missy, come here. See? She went to your bailiff. Missy, come on, baby.
That hates dogs.
Looking for a place to go to bed.
My bailiff doesn't hate dogs. Didn't
No.
put either one of you.
She just,
Better get Missy,
I
Judge.
called it.
What?
Better get Missy. Missy's getting messy.
Missy's getting messy.
Oh, how sad. Look how
Missy.
much, see?
Now you wanna
come here, baby.
get
Come
Missy?
here, baby. Come here.
Well, now that Missy has relieved herself in my courtroom, try it again.
Missy, come. Come on. Missy, come. Come here, baby. Come see Mama.
Okay. I've read all the papers. And I do believe, Mr. Snodgrass, that from a legal perspective, you are the registered owner of this dog. The defendant does
Registered with who? She's always been registered with the state and city with me, never in his name.
not. Well, you got papers for this dog, is that
I
right?
put them in his name because I thought we were getting married. You know, I've always taken care of her vet bills. I've done everything for this dog her whole life. You know, he kept her locked in a kitchen for hours at a time. You know, he doesn't take care of an animal the way an animal should be taken care of.
You know, you could never tell that by the way the dog is affectionate
Your Honor-
towards him and seems to go with him.
He trained this dog.
My concern, you don't seem to understand, and I'm going to explain it to you once and then this case is over. My concern was that it would be totally unfair to take a dog who is totally attached to you as the owner of the past 9 months, and for no other reason other than the fact that there seems to me to be a legal presumption that he is the owner of this animal, to transfer the dog back to him. That was a concern that I had when I read these papers.
And it
Because
should be.
despite everything that you put in the papers, there is an acknowledgement that the dog is his dog, and you seem to say that he abandoned this dog by having minimal contact with the dog over the 9-month period that you had the dog. But quite frankly, I'm looking at this dog now, and this dog seems perfectly willing, and not only perfectly willing, but very anxious to go back with him.
Okay,
So
Your
I'm
Honor, what about the dogs that live at his parents' house? She does not get along with other dogs. What about the situation he's going to take her to live in? If he was asking to bring her back to his home where she grew up in and she lived, you know, I could see that being a good home for her. But there are dogs there. This dog does not get along with strange dogs.
You have a German Shepherd.
That she has been raised with since she was a puppy.
Mm-hmm.
They have been together since they were little.
Is that true?
Yes.
What kind of dogs do you have now where you're living?
They're Chihuahua Pomeranian mix. They're small dogs. There's 3 of them.
Has this dog ever been with those dogs?
A couple of times, Your Honor.
And how did
Never.
they get along?
Okay. They got
Mr.
along.
Never
Snodgrass.
been there.
Mr. Snodgrass,
Yes, Your Honor.
let me tell you this. You love this dog?
Yes, I do.
Is that why you want the dog back?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Is that why you had me served 4 days before my wedding?
I tried to make this a gradual thing. I wanted Missy for the weekend. Laura wouldn't accept, she wouldn't let.
She just had
period,
surgery.
Flat out said, no, you can't see the dog.
I only have one other question for you, Mr. Snodgrass. How did you fare without this dog for the last 9 months?
Well, I missed her a lot. I thought about her all the time. But,
Yeah, he came to see her all the time. He missed her so much.
Hmm?
I thought about her all the time, just the situation at home and the situation, at Laura's house. It was just very uncomfortable for me to see her.
Put the dog down.
Unfortunately.
Put the dog down. Let it go.
She wants the tennis ball.
I see.
It's been a very sad 9 months.
Mention it if it was a child.
Hey. Missy, bring it. Good girl. Sorry, she likes to play. Bring it. Come here. Come on.
I'd still like for Laura and her new husband to visit the dog if they want.
Well, your former girlfriend has a life of her own now.
I understand that now.
Looks to me as if she's taken very good care of this dog.
I appreciate it very much.
Says his former girlfriend, Laura Levancil Vasquez, won't give him his dog. She says she loves Missy.
Mr. Snodgrass, I want you to make her feel totally comfortable. So you're going to take the dog for a weekend, because I think that what you say is absolutely true. I think you should take the dog to where you're living now, and if this is where you're going to live, I think that you should see how this dog gets along with 3 other dogs. I mean, you have a German Shepherd, right? And she learned to get along with the German Shepherd. She seems like a perfectly happy puppy. If she gets along with your dog, sir, you can keep her. If she doesn't, I want you to do the right thing and let her stay.
Your Honor, he won't do the right thing.
Do you understand?
Yes, I understand. Who's going to judge whether she stays or she goes?
Well,
Laura?
I tell you what you do. Why don't you go to the house where he is
Oh, I will.
with the dog? Take a video camera with you.
Okay.
Memorialize the moment. If you can't make a decision as to whether or not the dog is in fact getting along with these other dogs, and give it a couple of minutes,
Oh, I will.
Give it a couple of minutes. You can come back to me. Is that reasonable?
So who gets the dog right now, Your Honor?
Right now, dog's going home with her. She's going to bring the dog to your house. If things are not going well, and you've got the camera, the dog go back with her. If you can't agree, the dog goes back with her, and you come back to me. Reasonable? Good. That's all.
Please excuse you. You may step out.
He's never there. He's never taken good care of the dog. He doesn't deserve to own an animal.
She knows that I trained Missy, raised her, and she'll have a great home. I care about her very much.
Yeah, that's why he's been there so many times in 9
sad
months.
to,
Kenny's seen her more than you have.
No, it's not true.
Yeah, it is true.
And now the next case.
Parties on Gutierrez versus Kuzman. Step forward, please.
12-year-old Cole Gutierrez, with his mother Emily, is suing his former stepfather, 42-year-old butcher Mike Kuzman, for a $1,000 loan. Mike says he borrowed the money, but he also says he bought Cole an $1,800 computer.
What's your first name?
Cole?
Cole. This was your stepfather.
Yes.
How long was he married to your mom?
5 years.
And they are now divorced. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you say that while they were married, you made a loan to your then stepfather of $1,000.
Yeah.
You don't deny that this money was borrowed from his savings account.
No, I don't.
But you claim that you don't have to repay it. How did it come about that this $1,000 was taken out of your savings account? Tell me about the conversation.
Well, he asked me if he could borrow money so we could keep the house. And he said he needed $1,000. And,
Where did you get this money from?
well, it's from money I saved. It's in a CD. It's a $1,000 CD.
Saved from what?
Birthdays, Christmas, stuff for when I get older.
So you said okay?
Yes.
And did you go to the bank with him?
No, I went with my mom.
And you took out the $1,000?
Yeah.
And who did you give it to?
I gave it to Mike.
Is that right?
Mostly, yes.
Okay. So he gave you the $1,000. You had gone to his room, asked him for it, and he gave it to you. Now, you explain to me why you shouldn't give this money back to him, because I assume that you're here because you didn't give it back to him.
Correct.
Tell me why.
Correct. Okay. Emily and I, we got behind in the mortgage payment. I knew that we were behind. I was notified by the bank that we were behind. And
acknowledge you were behind in the mortgage payment. You went to your stepson.
Right.
He took out his CD and he gave it to you.
Correct.
That's what you asked him for.
Yes.
Tell me why you don't believe you should pay him back.
I'm paying off a computer that we got for him for $1,800.
So?
So I feel that that's just compensation for borrowing. It was $1,200, not $1,000. It was $1,200. I feel that's just compensation for borrowing the $1,200 from him.
Well, when did you buy him the computer?
In
June.
Shh. It was in June for his graduation.
And what does that have to do with $1,000? You mean because you feel as if you're divorced from his mother and you're still paying off the computer that
Yes.
you want to offset that?
Yes.
Judgment in this case, he borrowed $1,000 or $1,200?
$1,200.
$1,200?
Yes.
Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,200. Mr. Kuzman, outrageous, sir.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
That's a fairy story you're telling me, young lady. Somebody has to pay for the damage.
They worked in an ice cream parlor but felt like Chinese food, so the teenager got the takeout and got in an accident.
Did you ever tell her you didn't have a driver's license?
Yes, many times. She knew.
I don't believe you. You're 17 years old. You have a responsibility.
I'm not saying my daughter is not guilty here.
She is.
Parties on Giannopoulos versus Pinder Hendricks. Step forward, please.
21-year-old Vicky Giannopoulos says 17-year-old Amy Pinder wrecked her car when she borrowed it to get lunch for both of them.
Order. All rise. Your Honor, this is case number 26 on the calendar in the matter of Giannopoulos versus Pinder Hendricks. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, sir. Have a seat.
Miss Hendricks?
Mrs. Hendricks. Yes.
Mrs. Hendricks?
Yes.
This is your daughter.
This is my daughter.
How old are you?
17.
You're here really because the issue ultimately is whether you are responsible if I find your daughter negligent.
Correct.
The two of you were working together at a store, an ice cream store.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
And according to this complaint, she was using your car.
Yes.
Because you guys got hungry for something other than ice cream.
Yes.
And you decided you wanted some Chinese food.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
How many orders did we have for the Chinese food?
It was just hers.
Just yours?
We were going to share. No, we weren't. Yes, we were.
You were her boss?
In some sense of the word, yes. I was a step above her, so at the time, yes.
So you tell me how it came about that she was driving your car.
Amy and I were sitting there, we were discussing that we were both a little hungry, and I am not allowed to leave since I am supervisor. So I was sitting there, we tried to get a few orders in.
You mean you tried to call it?
Right, yes. And it happened as there was a place about a mile away, and Amy said, I'll go get it if I can use your car. And I said, okay, fine. And I let her use my car, and it's less than a mile from our place of business, so should have taken like 10 minutes. About 20 minutes to about half an hour rolls by. I get a phone call. Vicki, I've been in an accident. I'm okay. The other driver's okay. It's nothing real big. I'm real sorry.
Tell me about the accident you got into.
I was turning at an intersection into a parking lot to get the food, and I turned and there was a car coming straight that I didn't see. I waited and let some cars pass.
So you were at fault?
It was my fault, yes.
How much was the damage to the car?
I'm not exactly sure. I had a $1,000 deductible. It was more than that. I had to pay the full $1,000.
Okay, young lady. You tell me why you think that this is not your fault and your responsibility.
Okay. Well, she handed me her keys. We did not discuss ordering in food at all, and she gave me her money and said, take my car and go get me dinner. And she also added at the end, "You crash my car, I kill you." She was very aware I did not have my license.
How was she aware that you didn't have a license?
She used to take me home every night.
Yes.
After work.
Yes.
And so did everybody else at work. They joked around about having to take me home all the time.
Just a second. There's a difference between taking you home and her knowing that you didn't have a license. Did you know she didn't have a driver's license?
No, I did not till after the accident.
Did you ever tell her you didn't have a driver's license?
Yes, many times. She knew.
I don't believe you. Young lady, I don't believe that you ever told her you didn't have a driver's license.
I didn't have a car and I didn't have a license, and she used to tease me about it all the time. That, you know, I didn't have a license. Why don't you get your license? Why don't you start driving? And other people at work did.
I don't care about other people. That's a fairy story you're telling me, young lady. In any event, this is not a very difficult case. Somebody has to pay for the damage. Your daughter caused the damage to her car. Cost her $1,000. Who should pay the $1,000?
I'm not saying my daughter is not guilty here.
She is.
She had bad judgment.
Yes.
Extremely bad judgment.
And she got behind the wheel of a car knowing she didn't have a license.
Exactly.
Okay. Now I have a question for you. The other car was damaged as well?
I believe so.
The other car was
Yes.
damaged? Who paid for that?
I don't know.
We haven't heard anything from my insurance. My insurance.
Well, so far you got a free ride with regard to the car that you damaged. Right?
Yes.
So you don't get a free ride with regard to her car. You're 17 years old. You have a responsibility. Your responsibility is you don't do anything that's illegal. Getting behind the wheel of a car is illegal. So even if she said to you, "Go and get me dinner," you say, "I can't get you dinner because I can't drive a car because I don't have a license." That's what you say. Sorry, I'll walk to get us dinner. Or I'll walk to get you dinner if that's what you want. You're my boss if you feel as if you want to do that. But you don't take the keys.
Well, I was under the course and scope of employment. She's my manager, and I just pretty much figured I had to do what she said.
Oh, no. And it's not the first time that you've driven a car, even though you don't have a license, right?
Correct.
Now, the question is, are you responsible for your daughter's acts of negligence? She is a minor. Somebody has to be responsible for her acts of negligence. It's no different from what she did. And if she took a baseball and they were playing baseball and she broke out the windows in your next door neighbor's house, you would be responsible because you're her mother. Mother, father, parents are responsible.
Amy Pinder says her former boss, Vicky Giannopoulos, sent her to get lunch in Vicky's car. Amy crashed the car. Vicky wants her to pay for it.
Between this side and this side's guilty, and this side is out $1,000. You have to pay for that.
I understand that, but she's not being truthful.
Whether she's being truthful or not, your daughter is not being, A, truthful.
She's told you the exact truth here
No,
today.
she hasn't.
Yes,
she
No,
has.
no, she hasn't. Bottom line is, she damaged her car, she damaged a perfect stranger's car. She didn't pay for either one. Now she's going to pay for one. $1,000 for the plaintiff, that's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Okay.
Here you go.
And now the next case.
All parties on Ungar versus All Reed. Step forward, please.
Independent sales agent Derek Unger claims machinist Timothy Allreed punched him in a fit of road rage.
It has been a generation since the United States of America has been involved in a war. So you know what they substituted for war? Road rage. Here we have, unfortunately, another case of combatants behind the wheel of a car. Mr. Unger, you complain that you got into an altercation with this perfect stranger while you were driving your car, and he was driving his car. As a result of which you were injured when he assaulted you. So you want to tell me the story?
Yes. On the date in question, I was driving eastbound on Santa Monica Boulevard to make a right turn and make a catering delivery in the Century City area. I made a right turn. I was
Were you
going
driving a car or a truck?
A truck. I went to change lanes to get into a right turn turning lane or thereabouts, and accidentally cut the defendant off. At that time, he started giving hand gestures and
Well, when you
cursing
cut
at me.
him off, he was behind you then.
Yes, I cut him off, and he was behind me on Century Park East.
So how did you know he was making hand gestures?
Because he pulled up alongside of me and started
You
making
mean
hand
after you made the turn?
Right. He got mad because I cut him off, pulled up alongside of me, rolled down his window, F you, F you, F you this, F you that, and then I returned with the same gestures, F you, F you, F you that. Proceeded to roll up my window and tried to just ignore the incident and go on with my day. And I pulled down into an undergarage parking and came along a up and down gate. Stopped at the gate because it wasn't open. The defendant pulled up behind me. He was walking down the side of the cars. As soon as I saw him get to about my bumper, I exited the truck.
First mistake, right?
Yeah, you could say that.
Sure it was. Because that's why we're taking this slowly.
I don't think it was a mistake. I mean...
You don't think so?
Well, no, there's this big guy coming up on my car after he's just telling me he's going to kill me. Well, I mean...
So, Mr. Unger, that doesn't strike you as a mistake, sir? Here you're sitting behind the
Well, at least
wheel
I
of
could
a
run, you know?
5,000-pound truck, right?
Okay.
You just told me you were afraid. You didn't know what he was going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems to me you stay in your truck. Now I'm just saying this is a point of a lesson, which is what you were talking about.
Right.
It's a lesson. If somebody is coming up to you who seems to be irrational, you stay as protected as possible. You don't get out.
Well, it's kind of like you're framing your face in the car, though. I mean, if your window's down and he comes up to the window, you got a big frame of your face.
Mr. Unger.
With a target.
Mr. Unger, why in the world would you keep your window down?
Well, it was down. It was hot.
Well, as he's walking to your car, the first thing an intelligent person would do is to roll up their window.
Okay.
All right. So you got out of your car.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened? Turned around.
I turned around, looked at him, and pow, right in the face.
Okay. And as a result of that, you want to show me some medical records.
Correct.
Of your injuries, out-of-pocket expenses.
Correct.
And
I also have
and
a
some
witness
photographs.
that filled out a witness claim.
I don't read witnesses' claims.
Okay.
I speak to witnesses.
I didn't think you did.
Okay.
Here's my medical records. Here's the correspondence between my lawyer and myself. And my pictures.
Well, I want to see the pictures. I'm not interested in the letters between you and your lawyer, sir. That's between you and your lawyer. What I want to see is medical records. You went to a chiropractor.
This is correct.
What kind of medical plan do you have?
I have Kaiser.
Did you go to their doctor?
Yes, I did.
This report from this chiropractor, is this a chiropractor affiliated with Kaiser?
No, ma'am, it isn't.
This is a chiropractor that your lawyer referred you to? What? Means what? Is this the chiropractor that your lawyer referred you to?
Yes, it is. There's also a medical report in there from Kaiser.
I understand that.
Okay.
I'm just testing my reservoir of information.
Okay.
Truck driver Derek Unger says Timothy Allreed punched him after they exchanged words while driving. Timothy claims he was just defending himself.
Okay, so let's hear your side of the story.
Well, I was traveling west on Santa Monica Boulevard. He was traveling east on Little Santa Monica Boulevard in Century City. And there's a line of cars that were backed up. And he, like, darted around those cars and cut me off in front of me. And and I did make a gesture at him. I made a hand gesture at him, and I was like this, and I flipped him off. And and he started mouthing words to me through the back of his window in his truck. So he got to the ticket machine first, where you pull the tickets out, and I came up behind him. He was already out of his car, and I was still rolling. I was like, I'm not going to get stuck in my car. I want to be able to defend myself.
I'll ask you the same question that I asked him.
He was threatening me, verbally threatening me. He said he was going to rip off my head and do nasty things down my neck, all this other stuff. You know what I mean.
So why did you get out of your car?
Because I felt threatened. I felt
So then
threatened.
you stay in your car.
Well,
you
let's-
feel threatened, then you stay in your truck. That's what a normal person would do. They would stay in their truck, but you got out of your truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
And what happened when you got out of your truck?
We came together, and he kind of lunged at me. I stepped to the side. I hit him one time.
So you hit him.
I did hit him.
So you
I
gotta
mean,
pay for
I
that.
felt threatened.
So you got to pay for that.
Well, I was defending myself.
No, you weren't. You were both acting like fools. Unfortunately, he got hurt.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm not going to just, I mean...
You're not going to
You
just
know,
what?
I'm communicating on the road, basically. I'm like, what are you doing?
Just a second.
You know?
Just a second. Why do you feel the necessity to communicate on the road?
Because I'm driving. That's what I do for a living. I drive. I communicate on the road with people, you know?
You're not
That's what I
supposed
do.
to communicate on the road, sir. You are supposed
What
to
do you mean you're
drive
not
your
s-
car.
Sorry.
You're supposed to drive your truck. That's what you're supposed to
Yeah.
do. And if you just let it go and say, that idiot,
I
cut
tried
me
to
off.
let it go. I was like, tell him to calm down.
No, he wasn't angry with you. That's not logical. He cut you off, and if you had done nothing after he cut you off, he would have continued on his way and delivered his bagels, according to this. But you confronted him.
I'm not the one that pulled out and went around all those cars.
I'm not saying he was driving like a maniac. That's not what caused this problem. What caused this problem is that you chose to confront him. Dumb. And then the two of you decided to confront each other as you were entering this parking garage. And you say no?
No, I didn't.
Listen to me. If you didn't want to confront each other, sir, you would have stayed in your truck. Don't you
Ma'am,
watch television?
I was stuck. I was stuck at a gate, and I was stuck in a box in my car with a big, huge man coming at me, all right? With tattoos all over his arms.
And so you're frightened. And you're frightened.
Right, so I'm going to get out of the car.
Frightened, so you get out of the car.
I get out of the car,
You
and
get
no
out of the
sooner than
car.
I turned around
Listen,
and he
your
hit me.
lawyer should have sent you to a psychiatrist, not a chiropractor. In any event, Mr. Allred, you have to pay him for what you did. Now, if you have a lawsuit that didn't go anywhere, sir, with your lawyer, I don't know if I'm prepared to make him pay for that, but I am prepared to make him pay for punching you in the face.
let's
For
go this way
punching,
too,
for
Your
punching
Honor.
you in the face.
Your Honor, I was also very nice to the man. The man's crying downstairs in the garage, telling me not to have him arrested. He's got kids. It's his third time being arrested. Please don't have me arrested. Please don't have me arrested. You know, and I'm sitting there bleeding profusely, and I'm going, "Ugh, you know, do I still have a heart?" So I go, okay, you're not arrested, okay. So I told the guy not to arrest him. He's like, thank you, I'm so sorry.
Mr. Allred, now I have a question for you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, he knows he did wrong. He deserves to pay the whole thing.
How many times have you been arrested?
Make
sure look at me. Look at me. How many times have you been arrested?
4 or 5 times.
For what?
Various things, burglary, assault.
When was the last time you were arrested for assault?
1990.
You on probation anywhere?
No.
Did you ever serve any time in jail?
Yes.
How long?
Off and on, 7 years.
When was the last time you were incarcerated?
1984.
And when was the last time you were arrested?
Last time I was arrested?
Yes.
1996.
For what?
Warrants.
Warrants for what?
Traffic warrants.
What else?
That's it.
Your Honor?
What?
Obviously, he hasn't learned his lesson. It's time to teach him a lesson.
Mr. Unger?
I'm just, you know,
Mr.
I know you're
Unger?
thinking the same thing I am, or else you wouldn't be smiling too.
Mr. Unger? You're being irritating.
I'm sorry.
I'm not saying to you that Mr. Allred isn't responsible for what happened because he hit you. Right? What I'm saying to you is you tried to make a case out of it with a lawyer. The case went nowhere. And I understand what happened with Kaiser, and I understand what happened with your lawyer sending you to his doctor, and I understand all of that stuff. And so do you, because you didn't even go to the doctor until 2-3 days, according to this, after he punched you in the face. I understand what went on. That doesn't excuse what he did. That doesn't excuse what he did. You understand that, sir?
I understand, yes.
Very
I do.
good. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,000. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. That's what happens when you close your mouth.
The wedding was canceled,
Yes.
and they went and got married someplace else.
The young lovers eloped in Las Vegas. Now they won't let her mom see her grandson.
Why?
Because she's a psycho.
She's a psycho. Listen to me. Sir, I don't know if you get it or if you don't get it. She has a problem.
He's on Fox versus Artigas. Step forward, please.
45-year-old electrician Farrell Fox and his wife Bobby are suing their daughter, 22-year-old Jill Aragus, for the cost of the wedding and not inviting them.
Order. All rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. Your Honor, this is case number 15 on the calendar in the matter of Fox versus Aragus. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, sir, ma'am.
This is your daughter
That's correct.
and your stepdaughter. Is that right?
17 years.
And your father and his wife raised you.
Yeah.
You decided to get married.
Yes,
to
Your
you.
Honor.
And you said you would pay for the wedding.
That's correct.
And you made some payments towards things that, deposits and stuff towards the wedding. You gave your daughter some money in cash, is that right?
No.
Never gave you any money in cash to pay for things for the wedding?
She gave me a check for $500 one time, and I gave her everything back that was bought.
What did you buy with it?
A cake knife, goblets, garter belt.
Whatever, you said you gave it. But
Yeah.
the money that you say you laid out towards this wedding was what, $1,700?
$1,735.
And then you had a falling out with your daughter.
Sort of. She walked away. We don't know, actually.
Yeah. She didn't really elaborate on the reason that she decided to turn her back on us.
And the wedding was canceled.
Yes,
And they went and got married someplace else.
That's right.
without us.
Inviting you, which
Correct.
hurt you very badly.
That's right.
So you want the money back.
We do.
It's not a very difficult legal case. You didn't lend her the money. There was no agreement for her to pay you back the money. What's your first name?
Jill.
Curious, Jill. From your vantage point, what happened with your parents that caused you to get married and not invite them?
Bobby decided...
Bobby is your stepmom.
Yes. She decided that she didn't want to support the wedding anymore because she didn't feel that we were ready to be married, and she said she wasn't going to support it anymore. So we went and
Tell
got
me
married
about that
without him.
conversation.
That was a conversation with me, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Step up. That was a conversation with you,
Yes, Your Honor.
not with Jill.
No, Your Honor.
So tell me about it.
I was in Quantico, a military training, and I called like every other day. And on one of those phone calls, she wanted to talk to me, Bobby that is, and she was in a very harsh tone, told me how did I expect to support her, and I simply tried to tell her that I would have enough money once we were married to support her. We wouldn't be rich or anything, but we'd be fine. And she just said that until she saw a financial plan in writing, that we would not be able to get married, and she would no longer support it if we did not show her that financial plan. And
Okay. Bobby, tell me what you remember of this conversation.
I remember it clearly, Your Honor. My daughter had no food. She was coming to us with no food. She had no gas.
Was she living on her own?
Yes.
Okay.
And she was at our door constantly.
Okay.
And it was agreed when we got, said she was getting married that, okay, now we'll pay for the wedding. You're old enough, you support yourself. Anyway, her car broke down. He left her. He's nowhere to be found. He's in the Army. I
Well,
realize
he's in the
that.
Army.
Not his fault. But,
Believe me,
but they
Uncle
planned-
Sam knew where he was.
Right, exactly. But the idea was we were upset because they planned it around the time he wasn't around. You plan a wedding together, that's the fun
So
part.
tell me about this conversation you
Okay,
had
the
with your mom.
conversation went, Jill doesn't have any food, where is the money going? You took $500 that we gave for her. She said that he had spent it on his friends over the weekend that he came to visit with her. and that we need that money back. Anthony says, I don't know what you're talking about. There's no money. I believe my daughter. The other thing was, I said, well, she's trying to pay child support, and I named off a few other things, and he said, she's not paying child support. She has plenty of food. She must be lying. Well, then a few days later, I went in, and her and her girlfriend were there, and I mentioned to her girlfriend about the conversation with child support, and her girlfriend says, well, actually, technically, she doesn't pay child support. She sends them clothes. And it irritated me because the kid's in Stockton. She doesn't know where he needs his clothes. And I said, Jill, if you had any conscience, you would postpone the wedding until you can afford to pay support. But it's up to you.
So, Mrs. Fox, it was your understanding that your daughter, because of her financial circumstance and her intended, they were really not ready to get married. And you let them know that, right? And the two of you got angry, I assume, and decided, hell with the wedding. We'll go off and get married without them. You have a child? How old is your child?
He's almost 4.
And I assume from what your mother tells me that he lives with someone else.
With his father.
How long has he lived with his father?
Almost a year, or about a year.
Do you visit with him? How often?
Every 2 or 3 months.
Where are you living now?
In California.
And are you in the military?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm in the Marine Corps.
What about you? What are you doing?
I'm attending college right now.
You're attending college full-time? Which college?
Copper Mountain College in 29 Palms, California.
What kind of college is that?
It's a junior college.
Who's paying for college?
I got a waiver because I don't make enough money to pay for the classes.
Why aren't you working?
I'm going to work as soon as this semester's over.
Why aren't you working now?
I don't know.
Listen to me. Expensive lesson, it cost you $1,700. They're not even ready for a sheindlin lecture. I can usually tell. I assume that since your grandson,
whom we're still paying child support for.
Well, that must be voluntary.
It's only $50 a month.
But you're sending that?
Yes, every month.
Do you see him, your grandson?
No, not anymore. She doesn't want us to have anything to do with our grandson.
Why?
She's completely lying about everything.
Just a second.
First of all, she doesn't even have his address. They moved twice since they even known him. So I know they're not sending anything to him.
Oh, I believe that they're sending money.
Okay.
I believe they're sending money. And you have no objection to them visiting with your son?
As long as it's supervised by the father.
Why?
Because she's a psycho.
She's a psycho.
Farrell and Bobby Fox are suing their daughter, Jill Aragus, for the cost of her wedding. Jill says her father gave her the money and has no right to ask for it back.
I know that in all probability, you came here expecting for a miracle. Not necessarily for the $1,700.
That's right.
There's no miracle here yet. I have a sense that you know what part of the problem is. Am I right?
Yeah.
And until your daughter resolves that problem, she's not getting on with her life, and your grandson is probably better off where he is.
Yes, he is. That's true.
Right?
You're right. Absolutely, 100%.
May I present some evidence on her?
Why do you want to produce any evidence, sir? I'm dismissing their lawsuit.
Just for the sake of we're being made to look like we're lying and such. I want it shown that Bobby Fox is not an honest person. I have the proof here that money that she is suing us for, she has already been returned. And what she had told this place that we put a deposit down on, and every other place that she put a deposit down on, was that she had a dog bite on her face and that she needed surgery. And in order to get those surgeries, she needed her deposits back, her non-refundable deposits. And these places, out of sympathy, gave her this money back, and I have the receipt. This lady lies about things.
Just a second. Is that your excuse, sir? Your excuse is that she made up a story to get her deposit back from some places?
No, Your Honor, it's not an excuse. It is a truth, and it just shows that she's not honest, and she's still suing us for this money, and that's not right, that she's suing us for the money that she's already been returned.
What, you gave her back $1,000 in cash?
No, she was giving back.
No, you gave her back $1,000 in cash? Did you give that to her back? The answer is no, you didn't. That's more than half of her claim, sir. I don't know if you get it or if you don't get it. She has a problem.
No, she doesn't, Your Honor.
I've been in this business for a long time. I'm telling you, she's got a problem. This case is dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Out the back door to your right, please.
And now the next case.
All parties on Haley versus Diorio. Step forward, please.
22-year-old preschool assistant Megan Haley is suing her ex-boyfriend, 20-year-old carnival worker Michael Diorio, for rent, jewelry, and a damaged car.
This gentleman is a former boyfriend of yours.
Ex-fiance.
He's the father of your child. How old is your child?
She's about 2.5.
And according to your complaint, he owes you for rent from when he was living in your mother's house. He owes you for damage to your car.
Yes.
And a necklace.
Yes.
So let's start with the rent. He moved into your mother's house?
Yes.
And what is this rent from?
The agreement was, my mother said she didn't really want room and board, but since I was pregnant and going to have a child, she said if you give Megan $350 a month, every month, and we'll put it away for the child. He paid for the first 3 months, and then he stopped paying.
He was 17 years old at the time? He can't
17 to 18.
He can't make a binding contract when he's 17 years old, even an oral one, to give you or your mother money. So whatever you think he owes you for money that he was supposed to give your mother towards rent or towards putting away for the baby later, he can't make a binding contract with regard to that. You're paying child support now?
I give her money when I have money, yes.
It's a little girl?
Yes.
I assume that you think she eats when there's food?
No, she eats daily when she's supposed to eat.
Well, then how can you give her money when you have it?
Me, I've been out of work for a while.
I just always have a problem when teenagers decide that one of the cute things that they're going to do during their teenage years is to have a baby. That's just so sad for the baby.
22-year-old preschool assistant Megan Haley is suing her ex-boyfriend, 20-year-old carnival worker Michael Diorio, for rent, jewelry, and a damaged car.
Let's get on with this case. Car damage. Let's hear what happened with the car, because I found that rather interesting in this case.
Yes. One day he was supposed to show up for his daughter, and he didn't, and this was like a usual thing by now. So I was pretty upset, and I was out and I was driving, and I saw him pull into a gas station with a few of his friends. So I was mad. So I pull up into the gas station, and I parked my car in front of his like that, like he was pulled at the pump, and I parked here. And we started screaming.
So he couldn't move?
Yeah, well, he was able to go backwards, but he couldn't go forward. So we started screaming at each other. We fought, we yelled, we screamed. And then he's like, move your car. And I said, no. And then he went over my car, and then he kicked it. And he said, now move your car. And I said, I'm not moving my car. And he gets in the car, and he's like, move it. And I said, no. I'm like, you want to leave? Go in reverse. And he took his car, smashed into my car, drove it right into my car, then took off in reverse and left.
Now let's see your version of these events, sir.
I pulled up into the gas station. She pulled up behind me. I had 3 friends in the car with me.
You must have been on your way to work.
No, this was after work.
Go ahead.
We were hanging out. I stopped, get gas. She told me that she's pregnant. I didn't believe it because her and my brother's ex-girlfriend always came up with this story about if they broke up and they found us with another girl, they'd always say that they were pregnant. So I didn't believe it at first.
Could you please tell me what happened with the car?
I did hit her car.
You hit her car?
I hit her car.
All right. Why did you hit her car? Because you were angry?
Yes. She was I could not go in reverse. My door was open.
Let me see the bill. What kind of car did you have?
94 Cavalier.
No, don't ask her. What are you asking her for?
Kind of car I had?
You.
Oh, 78 Ford Fairmont.
And you?
I had a 94 Cavalier.
All right. $1,023 to have the car fixed. Necklace is next and last, thank God. Yes.
Well, I bought him a necklace and charm. The charm was a loaner. I let him borrow that, and he never gave that back to me. That he was supposed to give back to me. That's $100. The necklace I bought for him when we were together. And then when we had broken up, he gave it to one of his girlfriends. And I didn't appreciate that. And I wanted it back. And I said, you know, at least get it back from her. You keep it. It was for you. So we got it back. Then we got into another fight, and he gave it to another one of his girlfriends. And then they broke up, and this girl had it for 2 months. And I said, well, I kept asking him to get it back, you know. And he said he wasn't getting it back. And I said, all right, then I'm going to get it back, and I'm going to keep it. And then as soon as I was going to get it, then he went and got it. And then he got another girlfriend and gave it to her. And he kept saying he was going to get it back. And then plus, with this last girlfriend, he also gave her my charm that I lent him.
What about this loaned charm, sir?
No, she did give it to me.
Tell me about it.
One night, me and her were hanging out. This was one of the very few times that we were not fighting. And she told me that first she was buying me a necklace and charm that had my name on it. But then we got into a fight, and she got the charm changed to her name. Then when we started getting along again, she went out and got me the attached charm. She bought the charm for me. We got into a fight. She didn't give it to me. We made up, and I saw it. I was playing around with her. I put it on my neck, and I went to give it back to her when she dropped me off, and she said, don't worry about it. You could have it.
Could I
No,
see
I
the
didn't
charm?
say that. I didn't
Could
say
I
you
see
could
the
have
charm?
it.
The necklace is yours, sir. The necklace
No,
she gave
I
you was
told
a
him
gift.
he could wear it.
The necklace she gave you was a gift. You can't get a gift back, madam, even if he gives it to other girlfriends.
And plus, he broke the ear on it now, too.
Oh, this is one of those things, a Tasmanian devil? Tasmanian devil. How elegant. Give this back to him. I think you should keep it. You owe her $1,023, sir, to fix her car. She acted like a fool in blocking you. You had a way of leaving without hitting her car. So you're responsible for that. Do you understand?
Yes.
You're also responsible to regularly pay child support. You have to act responsibly. This gentleman is never going to run a major corporation. Do you understand? You can't be a fool anymore. You were a fool once, and based upon what I've heard, you continue to be a fool for a long time. Socially, anyway. But you have a responsibility. You better grow up. You made a baby, that doesn't make you a parent. A parent is responsible. Hanging out with your friends is not something that a father does. A father who's not spending time with the child and who's not earning a hell of a lot gets a job doing whatever they can instead of hanging out with their friends so they can take care of their child, and if not, sending the money directly to her. All of it. You open up a bank account and you start putting money away so that your child grow up speaking appropriate English by going to school and being educated and hopefully have a future. Does that sound logical to you?
Yes.
Do it! That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
A lawyer is in my courtroom. When I speak, the lawyer has to be quiet. That's one of the advantages of being the judge.
The judge and the lawyer go head to head.
They put a hot pack on her shoulders for $4,000. You settled this case for $12,000, and she got $1,900.
Parties on Thorne versus Mazza. Step forward, please.
Writer Ann Throne says her personal injury lawyer, Steve Mazza, kept most of her $12,000 settlement, paying her less than $2,000.
Order. All rise. All rise, please. Judges number 49 on the calendar in the matter of Thorne versus Mazza. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Have seats, please.
All right, very briefly, Mrs. Thorne, you injured your back and you consulted with the defendant who is an attorney with regard to suing whoever hurt you. You'll tell me about that in a minute. According to your complaint, you signed a retainer agreement with him. The matter was ultimately settled for $12,000.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you got less than $2,000.
Yes, Your Honor.
Out of the $12,000 settlement.
That's right.
So first tell me, how did you injure your back?
The manager of our building shot a bullet through my bedroom wall. And I had just bent over to put some sewing things away, and there was an explosion over my head. And I went like this. I didn't know where it was coming from and fell into the closet door and hurt my back and shoulder.
You were lucky you weren't killed.
Yeah, I traced it one time. It would have gone right through my throat.
So you were lucky.
So I was lucky.
Okay.
Wasn't my time.
And then, how did you find the defendant?
Through a friend. He was recommended to me through a friend. And I went there with my son to ask him if I had a case. And he said, yes, I did. So I said, how much do you think the case would settle for? And he said, $12,000, $13,000. So I said, I would get that. He said, no, you would get $5,000 or $6,000. So based on that, I signed an agreement with him, which he never signed. My signature's on here. He never signed it. He told me to go to Citizens Medical Group. I went there and...
Did you have your own doctor?
No, I didn't.
You didn't have a doctor?
No.
Did he ask you whether you had a doctor?
No, he just said that he works with Citizens Medical Group, so...
You should go to Citizens Medical Group.
So I should go there. And I started treatment right away.
What kind of treatment? With a chiropractor?
3 times a week. Well, in the beginning, the first 2 times, I got ultrasound, massage from the girl, and hot packs. That was the first 2 times. After that, I just got the hot packs. But they continued to charge me for the ultrasound and massage. So after that, we had the deposition. I never saw Mr. Mazza again after I signed the contract. He didn't show up at the deposition. He was not at the arbitration. He settled my case. I didn't know about it. I had no idea he had settled the case until I got a letter from the other side's insurance company. And I wrote him a letter. I said, I had no idea you were closing my case. You were settling it. You know, you didn't call me. I haven't heard from you. The doctor's bill is incorrect. And it was settled.
Could I just have those 2 documents that you gave me? All right. Now, and I want to see, Mr. Mazza, I'd like to see your retainer agreement with the plaintiff, please.
The original retainer agreement, Your Honor?
Yeah, I want to see the original retainer agreement. When did you receive yours?
I got it the same day. He made a copy and handed it to me.
Is there any reason, Mr. Mazza, why you didn't give her a fully executed copy of a retainer agreement?
I believe I did.
No, you didn't. You only gave her one with her signature on it.
I see what the court is holding, Your Honor, but I do believe that she did, in fact, get an executed copy.
My son was with me. Did he sign the copy, or did he give me with that?
Just a second. I want to read this over. Well, Mr. Mazza, this indicates that your fee is 33 1/3% of the gross recovery if settled without filing suit or demand for arbitration, or 40% of the gross recovery if suit is filed or demand for arbitration is made.
Correct, Your Honor.
Now, I would like you to, step by step, sir, tell me what you did to get 40% rather than 33 1/3.
What I did, Your Honor, was to determine who fired the weapon. I did an investigation to confirm who owned the property. As Ms. Thorne said, she did not have insurance, medical insurance. She hasn't worked since 1990. She needed medical care. I sent her to Citizens Medical Group, who do not use chiropractors. It's a board-certified internist who, their records are impeccable. They give you daily records of what was done.
Mr. Mazza, is your firm Limited to personal injury, or
That's-
is it general practice?
Just personal injury. That's all we do. And if I may continue, Your
no,
Honor.
No, I have, my mouth is still moving, Mr. Mazza.
Yes, I see that.
Do you use this particular medical treatment group regularly in your practice?
The term regularly, no. This doctor is my own doctor.
Mr. Mazza, I have a problem, sir. Let me tell you what my problem is.
Yes, Your Honor.
My problem is that this lady, who was the injured party, settled her lawsuit for $12,000, and she got less than $2,000. That gives the legal profession, sir, a really foul name. Now, nobody disputes that lawyers' usual retainer agreements are a third. And what I asked you is what you did, because we haven't gotten to the medical bills yet, because that you may have to take up with your own friend who runs this clinic where you sent her, where they put a hot pack on her shoulders for $4,000. But I want you to tell me what you did so that your percentage of this recovery was increased from 33 1/3% in good conscience to 40%.
In good conscience, Your Honor, there's a contract here.
No, sir.
I filed the lawsuit.
No,
Yes.
sir, there isn't a contract.
There is a contract.
No.
I have two original signatures on it, and you're holding it, Your Honor, number one. Number two.
No, sir. She never received a contract. She received her own signature on a retainer agreement.
Ann Throne received $1,930 from a $12,000 settlement. Attorney Steve Mazza says he had to pay her medical bills.
There is no way she could have possibly gotten this partially executed contract unless you gave it to her. No way.
There is a way, Your Honor.
Well, tell me how.
There's many reasons why that could happen without casting dispersions on me.
I'm not casting dispersions on you, sir. What I'm telling you is you had her sign the agreement, you slipped it in your file, and when you saw that it was not signed by you, you signed it. That doesn't mean you're not entitled to be paid, sir. You are entitled to be paid for your work. What I'm taking issue with is that you settled this case for $12,000, and she got $1,900.
You won't let me answer the question, Your Honor.
So then answer the question. Tell me what you did that you feel warranted an increase from 1/3 to 40% of the recovery. That's first. That was my question at the beginning.
I litigated this case and prepared it for a jury trial.
You did not
We
try it.
arbitrated this case.
Were you there?
No, a lawyer from
Just a minute. Were you present during the arbitration?
No, a lawyer from my office was.
He wasn't from your office.
Yes, he was.
When was the arbitration in this case?
It was February 7th, 1996.
In 1996, sir, how many lawyers were in your office?
2.
Why weren't she retained you?
She retained my office, Your Honor, and that's what it says in the contract. She retained my office. She received great representation. And if you would let me finish, I would be able to articulate to you why she should be happy and grateful.
Oh, Mr. Mazza, you are never going to convince me, sir.
Well, you won't let me speak.
You are never going to convince me, sir, that she should be happy and grateful.
You won't let me speak.
I don't know who you're used to appearing before, but when a lawyer is in my courtroom, when I speak, the lawyer has to be quiet. That's one of the advantages of being. That's one of the advantages of being the judge.
It's a two-way street, Your Honor.
Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $4,000.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
It's easy to get down on lawyers. It's the thing to do, and that's what she was doing. She didn't want to have someone talk back to her. As you could see her attitude as she ran from the bench. I guess she's not used to being challenged by someone that can go toe-to-toe with her intellectually.
I think she's very fair. She's also from Brooklyn, where I was born. I'm very happy that I've won, and I give justice to Snaps.
And now the next case.
Parties on Brunges versus Aaron. Step forward, please.
17-year-old student Thomas Brunges says 16-year-old Errol Aaron jumped on the hood of his father's 1985 El Camino, denting it. Errol says they were both just joking around and both should be responsible.
You did a little dance on the hood of his car.
No, ma'am.
what happened was we were in the parking lot, and he got into his car, and we were kind of joking around. And he kind of came towards me, and I was a joke, and he saw me, he started laughing. So I kind of, joked around. I kind of went up to the car and kind of put
No, look over here. Look
Okay.
over here. He pulled up to you. You were joking around in the parking lot.
Okay, right.
And he stopped about 3 feet away from you.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And let me hear slowly what you
Okay.
did while you're looking over here.
Okay, so what happened was he stopped 3 feet short, and then I walked up to the car, put my hands in the front of the car, and I put my right foot on, and then my left foot on.
Just a minute. You put your hands on the hood,
Right.
and then you lift it up,
My right foot.
your right foot,
Mhm.
really high,
Yeah.
and you put it on the hood of the car.
Right.
And then you pushed with your hands.
Well, no, because then I just kind of stepped with the left foot and just kind of got.
Well, you sort of have to push. You have to push with your hands, right? So in order to give yourself a little leverage and you got the other foot on the car.
Right. And so then I just got off, and then that was pretty much it. And then so that night when I was at work, he called me and he said that that there was 2 dents in the car and that I had to pay for it. So Monday was the next day when we saw each other at school, and I was pretty reluctant to pay because before I saw him actually, like during like 0 period, which is first while he was in class, I kind of went to look at the car, and I didn't see anything. And so after that, I said I didn't want to pay for it because I didn't see anything.
How old are you?
I'm 16.
Okay.
And so later on, I asked him, it's not going to be over $250, is it? Because I have to work, I'm going to probably have to pay for it. And he said, no, it wouldn't be. And so like 2 or 3 days later, his dad got the estimate, one for $587, one for like $525, and then he said that his friend could do it for $400 or $450.
So you just thought that the estimates were too high?
Right.
You tell me about this event in the parking lot. The 2 of you were in the parking lot. You get into your car.
Yes, I was going down to the gym and I made a left in front of the administrative office, and he was walking across. And I pulled up and stopped in front of him, and I think he was more showing off to his friend Ted, because he was in this truck parked. I was like, my car was here and he was here, and he looked back at his friend Ted in the car.
How close did you come to him?
I say I was 3 to 5 feet, no less than 3 by far. I was plenty of room.
17-year-old student Thomas Brunges says 16-year-old Earl Aaron jumped on the hood of his father's 1985 El Camino, denting it. Errol says they were both just joking around.
Now, you have pictures of the damage to this car?
Actually, we bought the car so you could look at it.
Do you have photographs?
No, we don't.
Let me take a look at the estimates that you got. Whose car is this? Is this your car?
It's my dad's, but I drive it.
So let me understand this. What's the whole issue? The whole issue is you feel as if you should be responsible, but that the estimates were too high?
Well, half is responsible because if he didn't come toward me, I was going to go and jump on the car. I mean, that's the whole thing. But we were just joking around. He kind of came.
I wasn't joking around.
Just a second.
And he kind of came towards me, and then, he was laughing, so was I, and just kind of happened.
If he came towards you in the car and stopped, and he was 3 feet away from you, show me with your hands how far away he was. 3 feet.
About that much.
That far away. So he was joking around. You walk around the car and case over, right? Then you're not here. You don't jump up on the hood of his car. He's not responsible. You are. It was bad judgment.
The reason that estimate might be a little on the high side is also because of the type of paint job that's put on there. It's a 2-part application. They don't just spray it with the color.
Why did where he stepped on the car, did it break the paint?
No, it's just, there's 2 dents. There's a dent on the right side of the
So
hood.
they use one of those plunger things and pull it out. I mean, I saw that all the time. Do you know what I'm talking about, Bird? You know, they take that little plunger, they, right? Come on, give me a break.
Your Honor, can I
Get
say
a
something?
street mechanic, right? Street guy comes over and he goes, and he pulls out a little dent. What are you making a big deal about this for? Huh?
Your Honor, you can't. On one of the dents, it's on a bevel of a corner, and you can't pull it out.
Well, let's go take a look and see how terrible these dents are. You have your car outside, sir?
Yes, it's
Yes?
outside.
All right, let's go take a look.
Join the judge.
I think it's going okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119,
All right.
Yeah.
Show me.
If you look into the light, you can see a dent right there from 1 foot.
And there's on this bevel right here, there's a dent right there.
See the dent right there, right in there? If you move your head up and down and you catch it in the light, you can see it.
If I move just a second, so you're telling me that in order to see this dent, I got to move my head up and down?
Well, certain angles, it shows up better.
I understand that, but that's what you're telling me. In order to see these dents, I got to move my head up and down.
No, well, some people need to stand. If you stand right here and look at that angle right there, you can see that there. And if you stand right here, you can see there's a significant dent right there also. When this car was painted, I paid $1,200 for the paint job. So
They didn't scratch it, did they?
no, that's somebody
What? That's something else. That's what?
Somebody else did
Somebody
that.
else did that. Did you find out who did that?
Yeah, he's paying for it.
And he's paying for that.
Right.
Right?
That's a whole different issue.
Well, I understand that. That's a whole different issue. So this is also on your car. These two big scratches. This I don't have to bob my head up and down. I can see that without even bobbing my head.
You're
right?
absolutely right, yes.
Absolutely. Let's go take a look at...
If you stand right here,
Just a second. I got another question for you.
Okay.
See over here? See the scratch that goes about
Right.
24 inches?
Right.
He didn't do that, did he?
No, that was...
Somebody else is going to pay for that, too?
Yes.
We are.
We are.
Well, no, excuse me. This goes the whole length of this car.
Right. I was at the...
Whole length of this car, right?
Right.
Right. Somebody else. When did that happen?
That happened about 3-4 months ago.
Before or after this dance on the car?
Before that.
Before that?
Yes.
Let's go. I'm going to get these folks a copy of my book. Let me tell you why. I went outside and there are two minuscule dents in the hood of this car, neither of which damaged the paint. There's no scraping or anything else on the hood of the car. However, a lot of these estimates that they have to do with repainting this whole car because this
No,
is...
that's not true.
Just a second.
That's a whole separate issue, though, Your Honor.
Oh, no. I'm going to tell you why.
Well,
I'm from New York.
they're
New Yorkers are used to little tiny dings on cars, right? Maybe it would cost you $100 to get somebody. Maybe if somebody was overcharging you, it would cost you $100 to get somebody to pull out those tiny little dings in the car. And you're not going to get them to pay for the scratches that somebody else did on this car.
We had no
So
intention.
judgment in this case is for the plaintiff for the amount of $100. That's it.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
You haven't seen your kids in a while?
July 12th was the last time I saw them, Your Honor.
That's a shame.
He choked them.
Judge Judy tries to ease the pain in a classic marital tragedy.
Don't try to fool Mother Nature. It's a very bad thing, sir. Mrs. Leventhal, I am telling you, you're supposed to love your children more than you hate each other.
Parties on Leventhal versus Leventhal. Step forward, please.
42-year-old social worker Susan Leventhal is suing her ex-husband, 45-year-old Dr. Jerry Leventhal, for not paying medical and dental bills for their son, Aaron. Dr. Leventhal is countersuing his ex-wife for not allowing him to see his children.
Order. All rise. Your Honor, this is case number 68 on the calendar in the matter of Leventhal versus Leventhal. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Have seats.
Mrs. Leventhal, you were married to Dr. Leventhal for 20 years?
Yes, ma'am.
This is your son?
Yes, this is Aaron.
Would you please ask Aaron to wait outside?
Sure thing, Judge.
Thank you.
Come this way.
I never think it's a good idea, Mrs. Leventhal, to have children in a courtroom, especially when their parents are bickering. They should not be involved in this action at all. You have 2 children.
Yes, ma'am.
Your lawsuit complains of the fact that pursuant to your judgment of divorce, your former husband was supposed to pay for medical and dental coverage and unreimbursed medical and dental bills for both yourself for a short period of time and your children until they're 18, and that he has failed to do so, and that your accumulated bills for both orthodontic work, which was $3,000 some odd dollars, and unreimbursed bills, brings the total up to close to $5,000. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's go back. When were you divorced?
December 30th, 1996.
And do you have a copy of the judgment of divorce?
I do.
Bert, can I have it, please? I'd like to take a look at it. Thank you.
Section 10.
Okay. So, Dr. Leventhal, you do not deny that this states, husbands shall provide health insurance for the benefit of the minor children. Have you maintained that health insurance, sir, up until today's date?
I have, Your Honor.
And have you maintained health insurance for your former wife? You're required to do that for 3 years.
I have procured quotes from 3 different insurance agencies and have notified her attorney that she has to make application and get physical examination. And
Dr. Leventhal, the answer is you have not.
Yes, ma'am, I have, but it's up to Mrs. Leventhal now in order to get a physical exam and make an application.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Don't try to fool Mother Nature. It's a very bad thing, sir. So the answer is you have not complied with the terms of this with regard to her.
My family had health insurance when I was terminated from my original position in Orlando as part of my termination package, which Ms. Leventhal was essentially responsible for, okay? She continued to use cards from the previous insurer to acquire medical care.
No.
Okay.
Let's stop dancing around. Right now, there is no coverage for your wife. Is that right?
Because she has not gotten a physical examination
No, you said
or
to
an
me,
application.
come on, Dr. Leventhal.
Your Honor,
I want to get to the point, sir. You say that you've gotten quotes. You were supposed to have insurance in place for her at the time of the judgment of divorce. I'm not going to waste any more time on this. I'm moving on to other things.
This has already been heard in court. I've not been found in contempt for that.
That's not what we're here for. I'm not here to find you in contempt. Unfortunately, I do not have contempt powers. I'm going to try to do something about that. In any event, we have orthodontic bills. Now, which child had orthodontic work, Mrs. Leventhal?
Our older son, Aaron, who was just here, we both agreed in 1995, before Dr. Leventhal left our house on domestic violence, that the 3 of us sat down, saw a film, agreed he would have braces on his teeth. He was to have them off before his bar mitzvah at his 13th birthday, which he did not get. The original cost was $3,080, which was a bargain for an orthodontist in Orlando, Florida. Over the last 2 years, the amount has incurred to almost $3,300, of which I've been paying $5 a week on my already limited income.
Just a second. Let's talk about the orthodonture. Dr. Leventhal, you think that this lady who is your wife, the mother of your 2 children, you think she put braces on your oldest child just to irritate you? Dr. Leventhal, you think she put the braces on the kid just to irritate you?
I don't know, Your Honor. She does a lot of things to irritate me.
You're a smart man. Come on, you're a smart man.
I really can't answer that question because my ex-wife has never, ever called me about any medical problems or dental problems with my children. The only thing she did was show up 2 weeks after she had me removed from the home at my office to show me that my son had braces on. I never saw a referral. I never heard from a dentist that he needed braces.
Dr. Leventhal, you went to medical school for 4 years. You did an internship. You did a residency. What's your specialty?
Family practice.
Okay. You saw your son?
Not really.
No. What do you mean you didn't see him? You grew up with him. You left the house. He was, what, 11 years old?
I never needed braces. My children's teeth looked fine when I left the house.
So what you're telling me is you think that your wife put braces on your son, Aaron, just to irritate you?
I think it's a possibility.
Let me see the orthodontic stuff, please.
The orthodontics and dental bill from our dentist.
I mean, all these were done out of network, Your Honor.
No,
What do you mean they were done out of network?
They were done without referral. They were done out of the network of the HMO, out of the dental insurance.
Sir, I read your answer very carefully. Your counterclaim says a variety of things. 1, it's outside the HMO. 2, the HMO doesn't pay for orthodontic work, and if they do, they only pay for part of the orthodontic work. And 3, if all of the above don't sound good to you, Judge, I filed for bankruptcy in 1997 in order to alleviate the bills, and all these medical bills were supposed to be covered in the bankruptcy in order to help your wife. Am I crazy, or is that what you said?
That's partly what I said.
Yeah, that's what you said. So you said, if I should have paid for this and if I should have paid for that, well, I cleared it all up because I filed for bankruptcy. Did you file for bankruptcy?
Not just to cover the medical bills. The day after I left the house, she bought a $2,000 computer and a $7,500 piano, things that I really couldn't afford.
The majority of the medical bills in question were included in the discharge under Chapter 7.
Some of them were, that's correct.
That's what you wrote in your answer.
Some of them were, that's correct.
How could you file for bankruptcy, sir?
Because I couldn't afford what Mrs. Leventhal was doing with a credit card, with dental expenses, with medical. I couldn't afford that.
Well, how
she
much?
wasn't using.
Just a second.
She wasn't using network HMO providers.
How much did you pay for medical and dental stuff, sir? Show me your bills, paid receipts, checks. At the time that you filed for bankruptcy, show me how much you paid for medical and dental.
Medical and dental as far as what? I mean,
as far as your children.
My insurance?
No, not your insurance. You just said to
couldn't
me
pay.
you filed for bankruptcy because of all the medical and dental bills that you had to pay.
I couldn't pay because I couldn't afford to pay. She's getting $43,000 of my income.
Just a second. So you didn't pay. Dr. Leventhal.
I paid the health insurance, Your Honor. Okay, the health insurance covers medical expenses. When she goes outside the health insurance, it's her responsibility. It does not become my responsibility.
Doesn't say that here, sir.
That's what she was doing. She was going to a group called Psychological Affiliates. She was going to a psychiatrist.
I'm not talking about psychiatrists. I'm talking about braces. Let's not dance around what we're talking about here. We're talking about braces.
Medical, dental.
Did you pay for the braces?
No, I did not.
You got to pay for the braces, sir.
Susan Leventhal says her ex-husband, Dr. Jerry Leventhal, owes her medical and dental bills for their son. Dr. Leventhal claims he has a restraining order against his former wife for stalking him.
You're going to pay the bill for the dentist because you can dance around all you like and you can file for all the bankruptcies you like, but I'm telling you, you are responsible for your child's orthodontia. And the bill's up till this point to $3,300 for that because that's what this says you have to be responsible for, not her. You live in the same town.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I know that that sounds painful to you, but let me tell you something, Mrs. Leventhal, you picked him. For good, for bad, you made two children with him. He's the father of your children. And if you do anything to demean him in front of his children, and just listen to me very carefully, madam, if you do anything to demean him in front of his children, that negatively impacts on his children. I don't care what that does to make you feel better, and I don't care if you think that that hurts him. What it does is say to the children, my father is worthless, therefore I'm worthless. Now, I assume that you would not think of doing that. I assume you wouldn't. Dr. Leventhal, trust me, sir. I'm very smart. Why did your son go to his office 2 weeks after you separated?
Your Honor, we had discussed having the braces put on, as I said, as a family. We saw the video.
I heard that already. I'm not interested in the video. My question is a specific one, Mrs. Leventhal. Why did your son go to your husband's office 2 weeks after you separated?
We were separated, and my older son wanted his dad to see the braces on his teeth.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell me what happened when he came to your office 2 weeks after you separated?
Mrs. Leventhal had called and said she was coming, and I said this wasn't a good time. We had just finished our day. It was during the Christmas season. We had planned on having the office Christmas party at that time, and I didn't think it was a good time. We were on totally opposite sides of town at rush hour traffic, and...
What happened when he got there?
She started walking through the office, screaming up and down the halls, making a scene in front of my...
Saying what?
Your child needed braces, you have to pay for it, this is what your son's going to be in for the next 18 months, and, you know, you're going to pay for it.
Okay, so that's what the visit was to your office 2 weeks later.
If you want to call it a visit, yes.
Now, Mrs. Leventhal, do you want to tell me what happened at that visit to the office?
Yes, ma'am. We called my husband at the time to let him know that he had just had his braces put on and the son wanted to see him. We had been separated for 2 weeks since he had been removed from our house on domestic violence.
You already said that 4 times. You think I didn't hear you the first time?
I said it twice. So we went. He saw his son. At that...
Just a second. Step by step, what happened?
I did not make a scene. I came in. My former husband was in the kitchen of the office. He had a partner there. Both of my sons were present. They wanted to see their father. They showed their dad their braces. At that point, my former husband proceeded to tell me to get out. His partner told me to get out. I said, I haven't seen you. You haven't provided any money for us for spending since we're separated. He said, I'm not giving you any money. His partner threw $25 at me and said, if you don't leave this office, I'll have you arrested in front of the children.
Mrs. Leventhal, why did you feel as if it was necessary to take your 2 sons to his office to ask for money?
Because he was not providing any money when he left the house.
I think that you should absolutely have sought money. My question to you, madam, is why did you take your 2 sons with you when you went to his office to ask him for money?
Well, I did not take him there specifically to ask him for money. As I said, my sons wanted to see their father, and Aaron had just had braces put on.
I'll tell you like I told your husband. Stupid isn't written here. I've been in this business a very long time. Caring parents who have just suffered a separation, especially, as you told me, at least twice, because of domestic violence, do not involve their children by taking them to a business and saying, I need money, with the children there. That is not what a caring parent does. That's what an angry parent might do. But that's not what a caring parent does. You were wrong. Do you understand that you were wrong?
I understand what you're saying, Your Honor, but I did not take them there to make a scene. I did not take them there to ask for money, and I hope that you would see this. Then you shouldn't have asked for money. If you took them there merely to see their father, because that's what they wanted to do, your boys weren't babies. You sit in the car. You let your 2 boys go in and see their father, show them their braces, and come out. So you made a big mistake. Your Honor, my children have lived through this, and they have learned to heal and learn how to adapt through habitual intemperance. We have an order that stands in Florida, Seminole County, that the children are to be heard. Now, I don't take my children in frivolously just to hear of the things that his father and I have to go through. And I am a caring parent. What in the world, what kind of gobbledygook did you just tell me?
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
You haven't seen your kids in a while? That's a shame.
He choked them.
Closed captioning, sponsored in part by Real Cases, Real People, Judge Judy. Susan Leventhal wants her ex-husband, Dr. Jerry Leventhal, to pay her for her son's medical and dental bills. Dr. Leventhal wants his former wife to stop stalking him and let him see his children.
What kind of gobbledygook did you just tell me? The children have to be heard where? Where?
In the court. There.
We're not talking about the children being heard in court, madam. I absolutely believe that children should be heard in court if there is an issue. That's why children are appointed law guardians or guardians ad litem, so that the children can be represented.
Your Honor, we do have a guardian ad litem, and this is a recommendation.
Do I look like I need help? I haven't finished with you on the money yet, sir. I'll get back to you on the money. This is about emotions and about money. You don't want to pay the money.
I never said I didn't want to pay the money.
That's clear. Listen, you don't want to pay the money. I can assure you that the other people that you discharge their debts in bankruptcy when you file Chapter 7, sir, are not thrilled with you. Because I guarantee you, as a doctor, there will be a time in a year, 2 years, 5 years, when you'll be making a lot of money. And if you wanted to be an honorable person, what you do is you say to these other creditors, look, I have a business where I'm going to make a couple $100,000 a year. Give me 5 years or so, give me 3 years, and I'm going to pay you off as best I can. Instead, you took the easy way out. You filed for Chapter 7, so you discharged a lot of your debts in bankruptcy. Don't shake your head. No, because that's what you did.
I discharged debts that she rung up.
Just a second.
A month after I got my position.
Oh, please. Dr. Leventhal, she may have good reason to be irritated with you, and I don't care what her reasons are to be irritated with you. What I'm hearing, madam, is emotionally, you're not doing the right thing for your kids. From bringing them to court, to sending them to his office with you. Please, Mrs. Leventhal, I've been involved in family court for 26 years. You think that this story is one that I've just heard once? Let's get going. Now, Mrs. Leventhal, does your former husband have a restraining order against you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, when was that restraining order issued?
July the 1st, 1997.
And it was issued by a judge?
Yes.
Did you have a trial on it?
No, ma'am.
Did you have a lawyer representing you?
I did, and we objected without any testimony, without any evidence, and I had an restraint.
Can I see the final order, please?
May I help him? I put his papers together.
I know it's somewhere in here.
Your Honor.
Is that the final order?
No, this is a motion to ask.
I'm not asking for your motion. I'm asking for an order. And if an order hasn't been overturned, and I assume it has not,
We are going back to court
The
tomorrow.
answer is
regarding
no,
that.
it has not. So it is in full force and effect, and it was issued a while ago.
July 1st, 1997.
That's right. The court, having heard testimony from the parties with regard to the issues of the husband's motion, the following is hereby ordered: that the former wife, that's you, shall not assault, molest, annoy, injure, threaten, stalk, or interfere with the former husband. You are restrained from going to his place of residence or place of employment, contacting employees or other physicians in the former husband's medical practice, have to stay more than 100 yards away from him. You can call him only for emergencies between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. And on and on and on and on and on.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Need help in a divorce dispute? Call 1-888-800-JUDY.
Did you take your 2 children to his bankruptcy hearing? Did you take your 2 children to his bankruptcy hearing?
No, I took them to court, but I did not take them into a bankruptcy hearing. No, ma'am.
Why did you take them to court?
Because he filed out of Orlando, Florida. I had to be present as a creditor all the way in Jacksonville, Florida. I had no one to take care of my children. My children were not present in a bankruptcy hearing.
You took your children to court.
Your Honor, children in America watch court every day.
Oh, Mrs.
Showing no disrespect.
Mrs. Leventhal, I mean, I'm reading these things, and certain of them are pretty standard. But what I'm talking about is the children. I'm talking about demeaning their father. And you say you don't do that.
No, ma'am.
Dr. Leventhal, let me tell you this, sir. Listen to me carefully.
Yes, ma'am.
Listen to me carefully. All you have to do is pay the money. You haven't seen your kids in a while?
July 12th is the last time I saw them, Your Honor.
That's a shame.
He choked them.
The conclusion of the case between Susan Leventhal and her ex-husband, Dr. Jerry Leventhal, will continue.
Monday was okay.
Yes.
Okay, Monday.
Mom versus the babysitter.
Tuesday?
Yes.
Okay, Tuesday. Did you work on Wednesday?
Yes.
Okay, Wednesday. And she worked on Thursday?
Yes.
Okay, Thursday. Why didn't you pay her?
Parties on Melroy versus Kelly. Step forward, please.
21-year-old legal secretary Jessica Melroy wants 24-year-old escort service rep Heather Kelly to pay her for babysitting.
Order. All rise. Now, this is case number 11 on the calendar in the matter of Melroy versus Kelly. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, sir. Have a seat.
You hired her to do some babysitting for you.
Yes.
And she did work for you for a few days.
Yes, about a week and a half.
And you didn't pay her?
I paid her for the first week, and I didn't pay her for the second 4 days that she did do for me.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Somebody works for you, you have to pay them. Why didn't you pay her?
Because she didn't do the job.
Well, okay, so the first week she came to work for you, you paid her.
Yes.
And she did what she was supposed to?
Not all the way, but most.
That's not true.
And
Yes,
the following week she started when, on a Monday?
Yes.
And were you satisfied with her work on Monday?
Monday was okay.
So why didn't you pay her for Monday?
I paid her for the first week.
I understand that. Forget the first week.
Okay.
The first week we're clear on.
Gone. Okay.
Monday she came, she worked for you, and it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Monday.
That's what she said.
Now let's go to Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Did she work on Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
That's a yes or a no?
Yes.
And did she perform her job on Tuesday?
Yes.
Okay,
But can I
Tuesday.
say something?
Sure.
She wasn't taking him to the park like the agreement was. The agreement was she was supposed to be taking my son to the park every single day while
Kelly?
I slept.
Miss Kelly?
Yes.
Did she take your son to the park on Monday?
Yes.
Did she take your son to the park on Tuesday?
I think so.
Good. Okay, Monday, okay, Tuesday. Let's go to Wednesday. Did she work on Wednesday?
Yes.
And was she okay on Wednesday?
No.
What happened on Wednesday?
She didn't take him to the park.
Did you fire her on Wednesday?
No, I didn't fire her at all.
When she came back to work on Thursday, did you tell her she was no longer in your employ because she wasn't doing her job?
She worked on Thursday and
Just
she
a
did.
second.
Okay.
So you did, in fact, have her work on Thursday. Okay, Wednesday. And she worked on Thursday. Yes, a yes.
Yes.
Okay, Thursday. Why didn't you pay her?
She didn't take him to the park.
That's not an excuse.
That's what I paid her for.
Just a second. Then if she wasn't taking your son to the park, madam, then what you do is you say, you are not doing what you're supposed to be doing. I am letting you go, and I will pay you for the days that you worked, but I'm not paying you for any other time. But you can't have her work for you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then say, I don't like what you did, so therefore I'm not paying you. Now, what was the payment arrangement? How much were you supposed to be making?
I was supposed to be getting $100 a week.
For how many days?
From Monday through Friday, and it was 8 a.m. to 1 p.m.
How much were you paid the first week that you worked?
$100.
Did you pay her $100 the first week?
Yes, and she didn't do her job the right way the first week either.
Then you let her go, madam. Don't you understand that, Miss Kelly? If she's not doing her job, especially taking care of your children, you fire her.
I thought I would give her a chance. I needed a babysitter. I had to sleep at night.
Well, that's not her fault.
In the
She's
morning,
not related to you by blood, so she worked 4 days the second week. Is that correct?
Yes.
Did you go into work on Friday?
No.
Why not?
Because she called me on Thursday night and told me that her friend was taking her son for the day.
Okay. And you said you wanted to get paid?
And yes, and she said that I could come and get my pay on Friday, that I was only going to be getting like $80. And then I confronted her about the making $100 a week on our agreement, and she said, well, since you're not paying, or since you're not working on Friday, then I'm not going to pay you for Friday.
Okay, I got it. I got the whole story. Now, you say that you also don't feel as if you should pay her because her boyfriend kicked your door.
Her husband, yes.
Her husband kicked your door when they came for the money?
But she came Thursday night. The agreement was for her to come on Friday.
I don't care.
Okay.
That has really nothing
That's
to do with
fine.
this. The husband kicked your door. Did he damage your door?
Yes, and I have pictures of it.
Good. Sue him. Sue him for damaging your door. Meanwhile, you have to pay her $100. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff for $100. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
And now the next case.
Parties on Gardner versus Ivy. Step forward, please.
27-year-old business owner Catherine Gardner says 38-year-old Daniel Ivy stole her car and trashed it. Daniel says he abandoned the car because he was under the influence of drugs.
Some convoluted story about how he stole your car and trashed it. He says he did no such thing. You want to tell me about this? How did you meet him? How did he come into possession of your car? Because quite frankly, I couldn't figure out from your complaint and from your answer what this case was all about, other than that it was about a car. Go.
Dan was a friend of my fiance. This is him.
You can come up.
Yeah, Your Honor, me and Dan became friends several months before this incident happened. He was having trouble in the Portland area, living at one of my rental properties, and we got to know each other and become friends. And
What kind of trouble was he having?
Difficulties staying clean and sober. And so he's living in one of my houses with some other clean and sober people.
And I actually lived in a loft that Dan owned. I was going to be moving to Bend in like a month, and he offered a really good deal on his loft. And so I was staying there, and he happened to be over in Portland. And his trustee called me, and he said, Dan needs a place to stay tonight because he's catching a bus back to Bend tomorrow. Can Dan stay there? And I felt like, this is his place, and so I said, sure, that's no problem. So Dan got there, and he was acting really funny, and he really wanted to go to the store to get laundry detergent. He just kept saying, just take me to the store, just take me to the store, and I was like, no, it's 11 o'clock, I have to go to work in the morning, I'm not gonna take you to the store. And he kept on and kept on, so finally I said, here, Dan, just take my keys and go to the store and come right back. And I didn't see him for 9 days.
Catherine Gardner wants Daniel Ivey to pay for damages to her car and items taken from it. Daniel says she gave him the car to use, but he left it because he was under the influence.
So what happened at the end of 9 days?
The police found the car, and Dan went to the police station, gave him a statement, and said that he took the car. And I went to the car, and the windows were all down, the battery was dead. The car was trashed inside. I had a bunch of stuff in there. I had bags of stuff that as I was moving over to Ben, so I had bags of clothes and different things, and almost all that was gone. Stuff was strung out all over the car. There were needles in the car, bleach stains on the seat, on the door panel, on the floor.
Show me.
The bleach stains?
Show me pictures, show me reports, show me something.
I just have an estimate for the damage for the bleach, but I don't have any pictures.
Show me the estimate for the whole thing.
We do have one of the needles, Your Honor.
You can't show me a needle, sir, and tell me. You didn't find the needle in the car?
It was found in the skin.
You didn't find it in the car?
No, Your Honor.
I turned the vehicle in because there was so much engine damage to it, and I had a $700 a month lease on the vehicle, and I couldn't afford to get it fixed, so I just turned it in on my lease.
So what are your damages?
Well, I owe the lease company $9,000 because they weren't able to sell the vehicle for the amount that it was worth because the engine was completely destroyed.
Well, they're going to fix it. I mean, you don't owe them $9,000. They have to mitigate their damages.
If they fix it, though, they still have to pay that, and I still owe it. I owe for whatever the damage is to the car when I turn it in at the end of the lease.
Let me see the papers on that. Well, this gives you 3 different options. One of them is you may qualify for up to 50% settlement depending on the creditor you owe. Show me the papers where you turned in the vehicle.
I don't have anything. I just went and dropped it off, and I signed a little thing, but...
Well, how do I know you turned in the vehicle? All these papers say is you didn't pay your lease. Doesn't say you turned in your vehicle.
May I comment, Your Honor? I spoke to the collection company that was trying to collect that amount. The reason that the vehicle was turned back in was the motor damage, the interior damage, all the damage to the vehicle amounted to over $5,000, and it was not possible for her to come up with $5,000 to fix the vehicle. It was a $700 a month payment. She had no working vehicle, so her decision was to turn it in and just suffer the consequences with the lease company rather than not have a working vehicle and make $700 a month payments.
Do you think you just answered my question, sir?
I'm not sure.
Hey, you talked a lot. What kind of business are you in? What kind of business are you in?
I'm a mortgage broker.
Mortgage broker. Fast talker. What I said was, where are the papers that you turned in the car? You gave me a whole song and dance. I'm not interested in why she turned in the car. I said, where are the papers that you turned in the car? So the answer is, I don't have them.
Correct.
Correct.
Mortgage broker. You've been very quiet.
Thank you.
Your side of the story, the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God. Let's go.
Okay.
No, over here, sir. Not at your paper.
Okay.
Right here.
Miss Gardner was staying at my loft, and after having gone out to dinner with some friends of theirs, we went back to the loft, and Kathy had asked if I would try to get a 6-pack of beer somewhere, and I left on foot and didn't have my identification with me, and I came back empty-handed. Therefore, Kathy hesitated, but offered me the keys to her car, and plus $20 to satisfy myself with whatever that may be, and I said that may not be enough, whereupon she had given me another $20, and I left, telling her that I'd be back soon, only to have spent several hours down the street from my place, and not being able to be in any kind of shape to get in the car, let alone drive a car anywhere, back to the loft, and Kathy had a cell phone, and I didn't have the number to that, and so I was stuck, and I'd spent the nights down the street, and then in the morning.
Down the street where?
Where I bought these drugs and the beer, and I woke up the next day and there was ice on the street enough so that I really couldn't move it, and then not again having her cell number, I couldn't have reached her, and ended up later that afternoon over at a friend's house, maybe 30 miles away, and that's what happened.
Okay, Mr. Rivey, how old are you, sir?
38.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Jim Winston. I'm a friend of Dan's, a family friend.
Just a friend. You're not the trustee.
No, I work with the trustee, though, currently.
You have a trust account?
Yes.
And that's what you support yourself from?
Yes.
Set up by your parents?
Yes.
They were smart. Right?
Yes, they were.
How long have you had a drug problem?
2.25 years.
Before that?
Not much history of any problem with drugs.
Had you been working before that?
No, I wasn't.
What were you doing?
I was attending Portland State. Student. I was a student.
Till you were 36?
About the last 3 years, I was attending Portland State.
Catherine Gardner says she was helping Daniel Ivey, loaning him her car. She's suing him for damaging the car, stealing items from it, and not returning the car.
Mr. Ivey, I listened to your testimony. The truth is, I believe what you tell me, which is totally different from what you wrote in your answer.
Oh. How so?
It's just a different story, sir.
Okay.
It's a different story. You're responsible for what happened to her car. I mean, the fact that you didn't have her cell phone number.
ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਅੰਦਰੂਨੀ ਕਮਜ਼ੋਰੀ ਆ, ਮਰਦਾਨਾ ਕਮਜ਼ੋਰੀ ਆ, ਕੁਝ ਵੀ ਖਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਸਰੀਰ ਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ, ਸਰੀਰ ਦਾ ਭਾਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਵਧ ਰਿਹਾ ਜਾਂ ਦਿਨੋਂ ਦਿਨ ਭਾਰ ਘਟਦਾ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ, ਦੁਬਲੇ ਪਤਲੇ ਹੋ ਰਹੇ ਆ, ਕੁਝ ਵੀ ਖਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਸਰੀਰ ਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ, ਅੰਦਰੂਨੀ ਕਮਜ਼ੋਰੀ ਆ, ਹੱਥਾਂ ਬਾਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਦਰਦ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਆ, ਜੋੜਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਦਰਦ ਨਿਕਲਦਾ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਆ, ਬੈਕ ਲੱਕ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਦਰਦ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਆ, ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਭੈਣ ਭਰਾ ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਨੁਸਖਾ ਨੋਟ ਕਰ ਲੈਣ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲੈਣੇ ਆ 5 ਮਨੱਕੇ, 5 ਕਿਸ਼ਮਿਸ਼, 5 ਬਦਾਮ ਤੇ 1 ਅਖਰੋਟ ਦੀ ਗਿਰੀ। ਇਹਨਾਂ 4-5 ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਰਾਤ ਨੂੰ ਪਾਣੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਭਿਓ ਕੇ ਰੱਖ ਦੇਣਾ ਆ। ਸਵੇਰੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਚਬਾ ਕੇ ਖਾ ਲੈਣਾ ਆ ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉੱਪਰੋਂ ਪਾਣੀ ਆ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੀ ਲੈਣਾ ਆ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲਗਾਤਾਰ 35 ਤੋਂ 40 ਦਿਨ ਇਸ ਦਾ ਸੇਵਨ ਕਰਕੇ ਦੇਖੋ। ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਜੋੜਾਂ ਦਾ ਦਰਦ ਆ, ਅੰਦਰੂਨੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕਮਜ਼ੋਰੀ ਆ, ਇਹ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਹੌਲੀ-ਹੌਲੀ ਠੀਕ ਹੋ ਜਾਵੇਗੀ। ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਨਾ ਹੀ। ਮੈਨੂੰ ਉਮੀਦ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਵਧੀਆ ਲੱਗੀ ਹੋਵੇਗੀ। ਵੀਡੀਓ ਦੇਖਣ ਲਈ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ। ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਭੈਣ ਭਰਾਵਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਨਾੜਾਂ ਦੀ ਬਲੌਕੇਜ ਆ, ਨਾੜਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਦਰਦ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਆ ਜਾਂ ਨਾੜਾਂ ਦੀ ਕਮਜ਼ੋਰੀ ਆ, ਹਾਰਟ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜੀ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਸਮੱਸਿਆ ਆ, ਬੈਡ ਕੋਲੇਸਟਰੋਲ ਵਧਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਆ ਜਾਂ ਸਰੀਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਦਰਦ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਆ, ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਭੈਣ ਭਰਾ ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਨੁਸਖਾ ਨੋਟ ਕਰ ਲੈਣ। ਅੱਜ ਆਪਾਂ ਲਵਾਂਗੇ 1 ਅਖਰੋਟ, 5 ਬਦਾਮ ਦੀਆਂ ਗਿਰੀਆਂ, 2 ਹਰੀਆਂ ਇਲਾਚੀਆਂ ਤੇ 1 ਗਲਾਸ ਦੁੱਧ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਰਾਤ ਨੂੰ ਸੌਣ ਲੱਗਿਆਂ 1 ਅਖਰੋਟ ਦੀ ਗਿਰੀ ਤੇ 5 ਬਦਾਮ ਦੀਆਂ ਗਿਰੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਾਣੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਭਿਓ ਕੇ ਰੱਖ ਦੇਣਾ ਆ ਤੇ ਸਵੇਰੇ ਬਦਾਮ ਦੀਆਂ ਗਿਰੀਆਂ ਛਿਲਕਾ ਉਤਾਰ ਕੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੋਨਾਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੁੱਟ ਕੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੇਸਟ ਤਿਆਰ ਕਰ ਲੈਣਾ ਆ। ਫਿਰ 1 ਗਲਾਸ ਦੁੱਧ ਨੂੰ ਗੈਸ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਗਰਮ ਹੋਣ ਲਈ ਰੱਖ ਦੇਣਾ ਆ। ਇਸ ਪੇਸਟ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੁੱਧ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾ ਦੇਣਾ ਆ ਤੇ ਉੱਤੋਂ ਕੁੱਟੀਆਂ ਹੋਈਆਂ 2 ਹਰੀਆਂ ਇਲਾਚੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਾ ਦੇਣਾ ਆ। ਜਦੋਂ ਉਬਾਲਾ ਚੰਗੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਆ ਜਾਵੇ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਬੈਠ ਕੇ ਸਿਪ ਕਰਕੇ ਪੀ ਲੈਣਾ ਆ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਦਾ ਸੇਵਨ ਲਗਾਤਾਰ 35 ਤੋਂ 40 ਦਿਨ ਕਰਕੇ ਦੇਖੋ। ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਨਾੜਾਂ ਦੀ ਕਮਜ਼ੋਰੀ ਆ, ਨਾੜਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਬਲੌਕੇਜ ਆ ਜਾਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨਾੜਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਦਰਦ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਆ, ਇਹ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਹੌਲੀ-ਹੌਲੀ ਠੀਕ ਹੋਣ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਵੇਗਾ। ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਨਾ ਹੀ। ਮੈਨੂੰ ਉਮੀਦ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਵਧੀਆ ਲੱਗੀ ਹੋਵੇਗੀ। ਵੀਡੀਓ ਦੇਖਣ ਲਈ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਬਹੁਤ-ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ।